Hi, I'm Daisy.
And I'm Eric.
And we're here on our 50-acre homestead, Emery Hill Farm. And we are going to take you on our journey of milking one of our family cows, who is hopefully going to give us a decent amount today. But she is an Angus cross, so she won't give us as much as our Guernsey, but she's who we have right now of milk available. So we're going to take what we can get, and
we'll take you through the process. We milk with an old Surge milker machine just because it's easier to clean up. I'm just giving it a rinse out with a vinegar wash. This way there's no sanitizer or cleaners still in it. We usually keep it pretty clean. But we do calf sharing on this cow, so we don't milk every day. Only when we need milk, because we had an abundance of too much of it. So instead of letting it go to waste and finding time to make cheese or anything, we're going to keep on with the calf sharing for now. We have a couple Guernseys. That's going to be our main milkers when she ever comes due again. We haven't have the breeding test done yet to make sure she's bred.
pregnancy test.
Pregnancy test. Correction. So, like I said, we're new to this, so we might stumble on our words and figure it out. We're doing it.
And I want to point out that we have these hangers that are wonderful for hanging all of our equipment so that it dries. That makes life a lot easier. And we have a beautiful little stainless steel table that we got from Vivor. That's very handy. We just kind of have our milking station, if you want to call it that.
So when you put the Surge milker, got your rubber gasket, rip those up, which I'm sure anybody that runs Surge knows about it, but for you that haven't, put your inflations in the teacup.
There's so much to this that I feel a lot of people don't know that may be able to benefit from a start to finish process. So hopefully we can help those that are learning along the way.
And you take your inflations, slide them onto your milking lid. Then you take your pulsator, you slap it on, give it a twist, locks on, and you hook up your pulsator hoses. And if you clean your milker all the time, it's not important to push the inflations all the way on, because I find when I do, it's really hard to pull them back off for cleaning. They were only milking one cow. I was milking a lot of them, and it would be, I'd probably push them on a little bit farther. This part's ready to go.
Another great little purchase was this wagon. We'll bring things.
This is our makeshift vacuum pump. It's just a vacuum that you pull down on your car's HV vacuum on. hold enough volume of vacuum. Not really necessary because your can will do it. It's just I like to have a little bit more in reserve because sometimes you put the milker on, the cow's fidgeting, and you lose vacuum. It just makes it a little bit easier.
Hold on, go ahead.
We're in the barn now. Just hooked up the vacuum pump. Hook up the milker machine. Good to go.
So he's got a bucket of nice warm water with some udder cleaner, it's called. And he's gonna clean off her bag. And she's a pretty good girl for all this. This is Sarah. She's our oldest cow now. We've only had her for a year now, I think.
Yeah, a little over.
She's got the calf who's going on a year, who's out there bellering for her. He still nurses. She's a dirty cow. She's our dirtiest cow, but she's a good girl.
They like to lay in the worst possible spots.
One thing that I've learned from cleaning the udder, obviously you want to kind of brush off that hay and hair and debris beforehand, and then we take and wash the teats with the cleaner, and then we have what we use are udder wipes to then do one for each teat to kind of disinfect. And we have the strap that goes over her back. Which has a bar. I don't know if you can see it. Milker just hangs there. Sometimes happens.
It's very important too to keep your vacuum. Let your vacuum between 12 and 13. You start getting on the high side, it'll start cause problems for the cow. In the colder temperatures too, these surges, the pulsator's been rebuilt, but sometimes they just don't. You gotta give them a little get start sometimes.
We're hoping to see warmer temps next weekend. Is supposed to be 55,
Yeah.
almost 60, almost 60. So we're looking forward to that for sure. You can hear that pump making different noises over here, and he's adjusting.
Yeah, one of them Amazon vacuum regulators. You gotta play with it in the colder temps. Get it back where it's gotta be.
What's the pressure supposed to be?
Suction.
Suction?
Yeah. Make it between 12 and 13.
Otherwise it sucks too hard or not enough, right?
Cause problems and cause problems on the cow. I know back when the dairy farm was very important. Like we had our vacuum thing messed up and cows were starting to get mastitis.
which is not something you want to deal with. You can damage the quarter of one of the teats and end up with a three-titter, as Eric will call it.
Yeah, that's what it is. Now, as far as the video, she ended up pausing it, so after we do the iodine wash, we use another sanitizer wipe. But you also, it's very important to strip the quarters, make sure you get nothing, keep an eye on things. Mastitis will show up. They actually make stripper cups, but we have black rubber mat on the floor. So I've been doing it long enough, I know I can pinpoint it out if there's any problems.
And it's also important to strip out the milk that's there, if there is any debris that got up inside the teat, to flush it out. This is our little calving stall here. So hopefully once we have our 2 cows freshen, we'll be able to put them over here to milk them, or be able to ensure that the calves are getting the milk that they need in the beginning. So they'll stay over here and moms will stay over here.
This is all a little bit of a makeshift. This is not the way everything's going to lay out. This was an old barn that was falling down, and we gave it a breath of air. So that's what we got for now, but looking to do something different. I actually did this as heater. That's why the plastic is up, so I could have the heater in here, and I poured cement and made the stall so we can have a milking place instead of going to the cow outside. That's pretty brutal this winter. So
I did it for the summer, but yeah, once winter came, I didn't have, of course, my Guernsey to milk, and these girls have never been milked by hand or by machine until they came here. So this is Sarah's first time, and the other 2 that are freshening for the first time, and will be going through the process with us as well. There's Sarah. She's a wonderful mother and a fantastic family cow. She's surpassed our expectations, I think, for sure. And one way that you know that the cow is done milking, because as you can see, these are not clear tubes necessarily. You see some milk coming through this clear tube, but...
No, that's not. That's no milk. That's vacuum only.
Oh, that's vacuum only. That's right.
That's
this is
just
the different
moisture.
milk.
Yeah, we have another milking machine that we have a canister that pulls vacuum through the tube. This one's obviously not like that.
So explain how you know when she's done milking.
Feel by the bubbles. It's hard to explain. I'm not a really good teacher.
These tubes right here is where the milk comes through. So you actually, if you squeeze the tube, you can feel the milk coming through it. And like he said, the air bubbles, if you want to call them that.
Milk
Right?
bubbles.
Milk
air
bubbles, air bubbles. And Sarah's happy. She knows that she gets to go out now and see her boy. So he's a steer who will eventually end up being our next source of meat. We've done it once. It's not easy. It's definitely the hardest part of farming.
But you know what you're eating.
And that's important to us, obviously, with the raw milk. It's healthier. There's a lot more benefits to it health-wise, and same with raising your own beef cattle. And we are definitely trying to live a healthier lifestyle and know what we're putting in our bodies and be self-efficient. So Sarah was not actually ever really halter trained either, if you want to call it that. So she definitely doesn't like the halter going around her nose because that's where she has least control because of the pressure. These halters, I will say, when I first put one on, I struggled and did not know quite how to put it on, and I've noticed that other people struggle with it, so I'd like to show you a little bit about how that works if she's cooperative, which can be definitely a challenge sometimes because she doesn't like it, like I said. So
She wants to do.
do you want to show them the halter real quick? She's gonna stand there. Here, you do the video and I'll take her. So this is something that slides, and so it's important to slide both of these knots right down around kind of her nose. She has her jawbone, and then she has her little snout, and so it's kind of like a pressure point. Here, let go of the lead rope, honey. Let go of the lead rope.
All right, so Daisy's gonna take the cow out. Apparently I hit the button where it's explaining about the halter, but I think we got enough of it. We'll find out. If not, comment. We'll do it again. But I want to tell you, these are, you know, pasture pets.
Come on, guys. Go on. Good for this.
Well, he wants his mama.
Yep.
And here's Abigail. Abigail, move up so we can get through. That's Iris. She's probably due within the next week or so of giving birth. That one there, Uno, our steer. So his mother was the one we're just milking. Sarah. And this one here is also bred too. She should be coming due within a month's time.
And this is Millie. She's our baby. She was born on our farm.
Head upside down. By the way, we're horrible with the camera thing.
We're still figuring this out. But she's definitely a sweetheart, and hopefully
No, you can't eat it.
will be our next milker. Her mama is also just as sweet. She sees us over here and is making her way over to say hello. Hi, Dewey Dewey. Hi, my girl. She will come when she is called. She knows the drill. She comes in like a good girl, and she's a terrific milker. And she came to us bred with Millie. She actually gave us almost 2.5 gallons, almost 3 gallons a day. So that's when we were, of course, having a ton of milk, which thankfully we froze, and we were able to utilize it that way until we ended up with our next calf, Uno over there, and Mama. Because Dewey, unfortunately, has been a hard keeper. We try to do grass-fed as much as we can, but she needed a little extra help, so she's getting some grain now. And she's gotten some selenium and vitamin E supplements. She's got some blood work done because she's a little thinner than I like to see them. All of our other guys, they're beef cows, so they're very different than dairy, but I wanted to make sure we were doing our due diligence and giving her the best nutrition possible and meeting all of her needs to be the best producer possible for us. So she might get dried up and just work on herself here for a while, and so we'll utilize what we have here on the farm until then. And Millie is just loving her attention. You should see her. You should show them how she's loving you up. Alright, so now we are going to go through the process of straining the milk and cleaning out the milker. Another handy little tool there. This thing just helps hang everything up while he's getting things taken apart to strain the milk. And I already had the filter that is underneath the cover there. There's,
You show them what they look like.
yeah.
Grab it that way.
And this is what the box looks like. And this is the filter. That just goes underneath the cover and catches anything that, of course, gets in the milk. And the milk stays pretty clean when you use this type of milk or hand milking. It's a little harder. You get pieces of hay or shavings or debris that might be flying around. So with Sarah being kind of our dirty cow, we tend to like to use this type of milker to get our milk from her. Whereas my Guernsey, Dewey, I hand milked her in a stall, a free stall, for, well, all summer long. And Eric wasn't very happy with me bringing home a milk cow. He thought that things should be perfect and we should have a milk stall to...
Yes, we weren't ready for milk cow because look, we're, you know, our milk cows is a basement.
But it would have been a whole lot longer before we could have gotten what we needed to make this transition. I think it's definitely helped push us. Don't you think, Ben? Don't you think?
I suppose.
And, you know, things don't have to be perfect, but it definitely is really nice to have even just this setup with hot water. You know, we were here for the first 2 years without any hot water, and we definitely struggled. Made things a lot harder. We're grateful we had wonderful neighbors that, when we did need hot water, helped us by allowing us to take it from their house. Do we need another one, Ben?
I'm going to, yes.
Fantastic.
We'll go through the washing process.
One thing I will say, I like glass. So these are glass containers that I found through Uline, as well as the stainless steel. That's very important when you're milking, is to milk into stainless steel so that you can clean it without running the risk of contamination. So I do see a lot of people milking into just a regular plastic bucket. And that's Eric showing you the filter and how clean it is. And this is kind of what the strainer looks like. It came as a kit through Uline with the strainer and the lid. And I think the bucket was separate.
Sanitizer.
And we use what's called hypochlor, and these all have squirt tops on them that actually disseminate or disperse the right amount. So per squirt, it gives us what we need to disinfect. Same thing with the udder wash, iodine udder wash. We put that in our bucket. What's that?
I was taking this apart. The surge milk is very important. It's a little rubber nipple, a lot of bacteria can get under there. Always make sure.
And this is another Vivor product that is our humidifier. Not humidifier, help me out.
Dehumidifier.
Dehumidifier?
Yes, we had lots of challenges, so we're heating this basement to keep everything from freezing. There's no insulation, there's no house on top. Without the ground temp should keep it enough to keep it from freezing, and it got cold a few times where it was close. So I ended up putting a little heater in here, and of course as you heat it and no insulation, that builds moisture. So then we had to battle with the moisture, so that's why we got that in there, because we didn't want our place to be full of mold. These things are coming out very hard today. That's why I say, don't push them on too far. You're gonna get them clean off. And you just pull the inflations out. I like to put everything inside the milker bucket. Just easier because my sanitizer is right there. And plus to fill the sink for the amount of sanitizer you need, I just feel you're using way more than you have. Get away with using a little less sanitizer. Just using a canister. I like to get a quick rinse down. Some of the stuff don't fit in the canister.
So right now we milk Sarah only on the weekends, actually, because we only need about 2 gallons to get us through the week, just for our milk to drink and cook with. And it works out nice because Friday night we can put her in, and of course by Saturday morning when we have the day off and the weekend,
Should we make that one? Oh, it's right here.
we are able to get up and do it when it's convenient for us, when we don't have to be somewhere, and it's definitely helpful with our lifestyle. We're busy, always on the go, with 2 kids that keep us running too.
And if you guys have sensitive skin, you should probably wear gloves playing with the sanitizer. It will dry your skin out. I don't have much of a problem with it, but some people are affected a lot more. But if you got dry skin, it'll make it a lot worse, and you'll feel it. But it does give you a nice clean smell after.
And can I just tell you all that Eric did all of this? He set up the sink, and he laid the beams and the floor, and we have now a cement floor, which before was a dirt floor. There's a drain system for this sink.
We pour all the cement by hand. Every bit of cement on this farm so far has been poured by hand. Using Portland and making your own mix. I have a cement mixer that goes on the front of my skid steer that works relatively well. No matter what, though, working with cement it's a workout, no matter how you look at it. But it definitely makes things a lot easier. With the high rise of concrete, it was just too much, and most of the time I can't get here on time during the day when the cement trucks can be here. So I bought my own mixer. I can work out in the evenings and on the weekends. That makes now you just get everything and put it in. That's my, next time I go to use this, I give it a good little rinse out and I use a vinegar wash just to clean everything up. So I don't really care for the chemicals, but I also don't want any bacteria building. You know, we do drink the stuff, so. And if I was milking every day, I'd probably, I don't think I'd wash every time. Just give it a rinse. Everybody's got their own ways of doing things. And do it as hot as the water can do it. As long as you can, as hot as you can handle it, actually, it should be, seems to be the best. And that's that. Until next time for milking process. I know it's a little bit of work for one cow. It's just I find it to be milking by hand goes quick enough with one cow, but it seems the cleanliness is the hard part for it all. That's why I prefer the milker. And we actually had we got a canister milker too that we ordered from was it Vivor?
Yep.
Which worked out really well, but it's harder to clean the long holes. So I ended up looking for surge milkers. That's hard to find. Lucky enough, I found a farm around here that's been out farming for, oh geez, probably 30 years, and he still had his milking equipment, a couple milking machines, so I was able to purchase them from them, and they were missing some hardware. Lucky enough, eBay, found a lot of it on eBay. I have enough now to make 3 surge milkers, but our plans were to milk a whole lot more. At some point, we're hoping to be able to sell raw milk eventually with it once we get a new facility built, but the way things go, it takes time. So I guess that's the milk process. So from now on, we'll take you guys around. So I hope you guys like what we have for you. We promise it'll get better. We're trying to do this without doing any editing, just because it takes a lot of time, and I don't have a lot of time. Neither does she. We're pretty busy. Keep the world going around, right?
And time for our families and with our families is important.
So we'll do our best with it. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I hope it helps. And you know, if you guys want to know something, leave a comment. I'll try to answer the best I can. I'll probably answer it through video. Not one to do a lot of typing, and it just takes too much time on my day. So hope you guys enjoy, and we'll keep you up with whatever else we got going on. There'll be a lot to come, trust me. And we're going to put a clip together with everything we did. We never videoed much of anything that was going on, and we should have. There was a lot of cleanup here. I mean, it was just bad. The place was left for dead. Everything was trashed, and it was used for a landfill pretty much. So that we have, I mean, yeah, it sounds like we've been here for a while. We own the property for a couple of years now, but I'm telling you, the first year was just cleanup, and we're still far from getting it done.
And we're not talking cleanup by hand. We're talking cleanup with, we had 3 excavators here. We had 2 bulldozers. We've had a lot of help with the heavy equipment, and it still took us that long.
Yeah, it was trying to get a quick turnaround. It didn't work out. You could go broke in a hurry trying to get something done fast. So I hope you enjoy, and next time.
And subscribe. Help keep the farm going.
Yeah, and subscribe.